Mentorship plays a crucial role in shaping the lives of young people by providing guidance, support, and inspiration. Youth face numerous challenges, including peer pressure, career choices, and personal development. A strong mentorship system helps bridge the gap between experience and ambition, equipping young individuals with the knowledge, skills, and confidence needed to navigate life successfully. Welcome, and thank you so much for joining us on another interesting episode. I am Fatima Ahmed, and this is Youth Connect. Now let's go on a quick break, and when we return, you get to meet my guests, and then we go into the discussion fully after this break. Welcome back, and thank you so much for joining us on Youth Connect, coming to you from Trust TV here in Abuja. Now joining me in the studio is Josiah Yargawa. He's an architect. Thank you so much, Josiah, for joining me. And then we have Hyelayuda John Andrew. He's also an architect and a developer. Thank you so much for joining, Hyelayuda.
Thank you for having me, Fatima.
Well, we are discussing mentorship, and we all know that in some ways in our lives we need a mentor, or should I say a role model, sort of, to look up to. Yeah. What does mentorship mean to you?
Okay, mentorship for me means like a guideline, something I can look up to, something I can trace my steps after. So mentorship plays a very key role for anyone that aspires to be something or someone, because there you have someone that has become more like a forerunner for you to follow the steps. So mentorship is very important.
How about you, Alexander? I mean, both of you are architects at this point. I just feel like you're looking up to a particular architect or something. But what does mentorship mean?
Okay, for me, I think mentorship, in a way, for young people especially, you see that there's a path you want to follow, right? And most times that path is unclear to you. So you need someone that has gone through that path before and has navigated that path. So that person has the roadmap, he has the mistakes, he has the scars, and also he has the map that you need. He doesn't really have everything that is there. So if you have this kind of person that has gone through that path, so mentorship can be a platform of guidance, like you said, so that would usher into the path that you desire. So for me, that's the whole encompass of mentorship for me. Yeah.
Have you ever had any mentor?
Yeah, definitely. Due to what I am now as an architect, there are some people I've looked up to that have helped my career path much more easier. That's because I've seen people that have practiced the same thing, and it's just made the career path much more easy to follow through.
There are certain characteristics or qualities that you were looking out for in those mentors that you followed?
Yeah. They were excellence is a very key factor. Yeah, competence also, and integrity. Those are factors that I looked up to when I was trying to identify a mentor that I could follow.
Josiah, do you think mentorship is a necessity for young people just for the sake of the career path that they're choosing and what they want to do in life as a personal growth for them? Do you think mentorship is necessary?
Absolutely. I feel you have to submit yourself to someone that is better than you in the field that is of your interest. What that means is that that person has had the experiences, and you do not have all the experiences yet. So most times the experience is the best teacher, but sometimes you waste a lot of time if you use that if you employ that as your roadmap, your own personal journey to experience that part. So what it means is that when you submit yourself to someone that has gone through that part before, it means that you've shortened the time of learning. You've shortened the learning curve, like they always say. So of course you have to submit yourself to mentorship if you really want to really excel in that field faster and efficiently.
Yeah. So, but do you think mentorship will work for the sector, education sector, and what have you, especially when young people are not clear with what path they want to venture into?
Yeah, that's why in the basic education system, they tend to teach a whole lot of subjects. So the one that a student or a pupil excels more in, they can find that to fine-tune their career choice. Yeah, so through that, young individuals could be able to identify what they're actually good at and find the right people that they could associate themselves with that will help them towards making the right choices.
Okay, so but Josiah, what are some of the challenges young people face that mentorship can help sort of?
Well, one is clarity. What that means is that the mentorship will give you, like I said, I've been using the word a lot about a map. Let's assume you want to learn how to code, right? You don't have the knowledge, you don't have the experiences yet. But if you have a mentor that has done that for you well and has competence and he has been in that field for a while, so it means that he will teach you the basics, he will take it to a certain extent. So that eliminates any form of clarity, any form of cloudiness you had extra earlier. And also mentorship, of course, like one of the things that you need someone that would really care for you in a way. So it's, you know, like when you have a support system that you can rely on, somebody you can always run to. Like for instance, if people are searching for things online, they have maybe things like Google. So Google is like a roadmap of the internet itself. So that mentor has those things, and you don't have that what do you call it now? You don't waste time. I'm saying that mentorship would eliminate many of those challenges you have as a youth. So, of course, there are many other things, of course, but time would not.
Yeah,
so much
definitely. All mentors good mentors?
I can't really say that because there might. I can't say it's not about the issue of good or bad. It's about who is a right mentor for you. Yes, because sometimes we misplace our priorities in looking for people that actually fit into our own career path or into our own passions. So we can misplace those criteria by linking up with people that are not following through the path that will help us excel in what we are good at. And the reason being that some of us as youth, we tend to look at what is more profitable in terms of finances and not what will even help us to excel in the things we are good at. Yeah.
Okay, so at what point would they know that the mentor that is mentoring them is actually bad or not good for them, especially when it comes to their career journey?
Okay, there's something that is said that by someone's fruit you know them, right? So there are character traits that would ensure that you know that this person is not your right mentor. One of the things, if the person's attitude is, the internet loves to use the word narcissistic these days, so it means that he's all for himself in a way. Secondly, like you don't want to submit yourself to a bitter cynic. That means someone that is always of the negative. He doesn't see the positive in something, yet he's doing that thing, and he's always projecting the negative things of that same venture he's into. The second thing is that you don't want to submit yourself to a charlatan, someone that is just loud. He shows fake results. In almost all fields, you could see the original and the fake. Even you could see mentors too that are fake. He claims that he's getting results from these things, but yet his life does not have those results. So of course, you're under the guidance of the wrong person. You will see these traits from someone.
So have any of you struggled to find a mentor at any point in your career journey? Because both of you are architects. So did you struggle finding a mentor?
Okay, yeah. Initially, unless you streamline a whole lot of people and come to the conclusion of the one that is best suited to help you grow, you find it difficult to get the right mentor for you. Yeah, so first of all, you have to be definite in your purpose and what you like to achieve. So through that, you can be. There are a lot of mentors. There are a lot of people that are willing to help you grow in whatever field you find yourself in. But first of all, you have to be able to identify within yourself what you are good at and find the people that will help you thrive in that.
So, but do you have a mentor, Josiah?
Yes, I do. I do have mentors. I do have mentors because everybody's life is you could decompose into different components. So your life also have maybe a spiritual undertone to it. It has maybe the career part of it. It has maybe the aspect of maybe your relationship with people. So I like to say that I have mentors almost everywhere. I learn from everyone. I learn from every single thing. They said there's a quote that says even stones will teach you gravity. So there's something that you learn from everyone. So what I mean is that in my life, if there are areas that I'm not really good at, I seek to find someone that is really competent in that area, and I submit to his process and what he has done. So I learn from him. And also even in architecture, went down to that, architecture is a whole lot. So there are certain people that are very good at something. Like for instance, when I was serving, I often say that and one of the best persons I know in spatial planning was a lady that I met. So regardless of the space you give her, she'd find the way around it. So and that's someone. So I learned from her that, yeah, so I have different kind of mentors in different areas.
Hyelayuda, what do you think are those barriers that stops, the youth from finding or believing in some mentors? Because I've seen people that call themselves one-man army. They move alone. They don't want to have a mentor or a role model that they look up to. They want to be themselves. So do you think there's a barrier that, or some criteria that makes them not to look for a mentor?
Yeah, there's something I call a false confidence. So there's a stage in which you get that you feel like you can do it all by yourself, and I think that's what I term by the false confidence, whereby you feel you don't need anyone to guide you, because in everything that we tend to do in life, there are people that have already laid a foundation for that for us to follow. Yeah, so unless we are humble enough to look deep and figure out the areas we need a person to guide and lead us, then there will be a lot of deficiency in actualizing what we are actually meant to achieve.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. But earlier you mentioned, Google being a roadmap for, guidance, sort of. But do you think social media, kind of, or should I say technology can affect mentorship? Because now you can find everything on social media or Google and any other site that you want to use. Do you think that can affect mentorship physically?
Of course, it means that you are drowned with a lot of possibilities. So it means social media can affect you in that regard, because you are looking at different people doing different things. And because just like a child in a candy store, you don't know what to select. So it can be a distraction. Yes, it's very powerful, but still, yeah, it can be a distraction. So what I would advise is that you decide what you want to be mentored by, right? So, and submit yourself to that. So it's of course it's a challenge and also a blessing at the same time. It depends on how you see it. Yeah.
So what areas now it's going to be a personal question. So what area of your life do you think needs guidance? Because it's in some ways like mentorship. So what area of your life do you think at this point, I need guidance?
Okay, at this point in my life, I think I need guidance in leadership, because I aspire to be a leader one day in what I do. So, and definitely there are people that I can look up to that have gone towards those paths. Notable names, both in my profession and even in other aspects of life. Yeah, so leadership is something that I truly believe I can find a mentor that will help me to achieve the sole aim of becoming a leader myself one day.
What are those signs that young people out there should look out for when choosing the right mentor?
Okay. My colleague here earlier mentioned competence. I feel that that's the apex. So you have to have someone that is competent. It doesn't mean that he should be the top in that field you are looking at. It just means that he has risen above the ranks in that place. So competence, and that thing again is that he should have the willingness to say the hard truth to you. So you don't have someone that is just saying yes to you every single time. You have someone that can tell you the hard truth. Yes, you're not doing the right thing this way, and he's not being critical of you every single time. He's saying it, and then he's not scared of saying it to you. The other thing also is that you need someone that cares for your growth. So it means that you want to grow under that kind of person, it means that you can fall back to him. He's seen you as an extension of himself. So another thing again is, of course, the person should have integrity. Of course, like sometimes I also say it's quite tricky and dicey in a way, because sometimes the person you're trying to be mentored in a certain area of the person's life, and probably he's not really having the integrity in other areas of his life. So you want to focus on that area that you want to be mentored in. So a person that is maybe good in design is a great architect, but he probably might have something to do with morality in some other regard. So focus on that area of architecture and then disregard the other places, because you will not find mentorship in those other areas.
Yeah. Well, let's go on a quick break, and when we return, we continue this discussion. Don't go anywhere after this break. Welcome back, and thank you so much for joining us on Youth Connect, coming to you from Trust TV here in Abuja. Now, before we went on break, Yargawa has answered some of the questions, but do you think you'll be able to mentor someone?
Definitely. Yeah, because I myself have been under someone that's mentored me, and I believe at this stage of my life I should have one or two people that should be able to look up to me in certain areas that they would love to develop themselves at. Being an architect, going through school, he's very familiar with that. Yeah, we have younger colleagues that will be looking up to you. Okay, I would like to know how you do this, how you do that. So right from that stage, we have acted as mentors. Yeah, so getting to this point in life, we believe so far we have been able to build, or I have been able to build myself to a level whereby I have one or two people that are looking up to me towards something.
So, but how do we make young people understand that it's necessary for them to have a mentor or someone that will guide them? It could be their parents, their teachers, lecturers, even friends. That it's in terms of, maybe helping them achieve their long-term goals.
Okay, how we convince them? It's at the end of the day, it boils down to the person's agreeableness towards that mentorship. It's in his best interest to take up mentorship. So the best you could do is to tell him, okay, you could play before the person the pros and the cons of mentorship, yes, but still at the end of the day, it is still the person's choice. So at best you could tell him, you could give him examples of people that have gone through the same path of mentorship and the result they attained, right? And compared to other people that have just gone a lone path and they've had no one to guide them. So it's maybe if you compare the result of those people by the ones that have been under mentorship, perhaps the person could be convinced. So at the end of the day, it's still his decision to take. Yeah.
So, but as a journalist now, per se, is it possible for me to have a mentor who is in maybe movie industry or maybe other sectors that has nothing to do with my kind of career or ambition?
I think that's possible. Yes, depends on your other interests. Yeah, being a journalist is your career, but I believe as an individual, as a person, you have other interests, something that interests you, something that you find passion in. Yeah, so having that, you can be able to get people in different fields that you can look up to and then work towards those aspects that are not currently your career path.
How can mentors help youth, deal with failure and rejections?
Okay. Everyone has gone through failure at some point. So it depends on the mindset you have towards failure. So you can't go through this world and say it has been perfect and rosy all through. So you learn from the failures and you learn from the successes too. So mentors should tell younger ones that yes, it's okay to fail. It's okay to try out things, and also learn from their mistakes. That's one of the things that mentors would also give you to a guidance towards their failure and what they've learned from it. Okay, don't do this and don't do that. These are where you find dragons. These are where you slay them. These are where you find gold. This is where you find silver. This is where not to look at. This is how I feel getting this thing right. And so at the end of the day, it's that the mentor would lay down these things for you, his failure, and elaborate that okay, this is how you can take failures. Maybe it can either make you or mar you at the end of the day. So it's either you accept the lessons from it or you drown in failure. So mentors too would help you out.
Okay, so what is that one advice that your mentor has ever given you that still rings a bell in your head and helps you in keeping to your career?
Okay, that one advice is to stay focused. Yes, because once you lose focus, you lose everything. Because it's through focus you can be able to attain the excellence you aspire to have. It's through focus you can be able to become competent in what you are doing. It's through focus you can be able to build integrity within yourself and for others to be able to identify that with you. So focus has been a watchword that I've actually carried through so far, and I keep on pushing.
So should a role model has to be like a particular age group, maybe older, younger, or middle? Does it have to do with age?
Age is not a factor, not necessarily. It's not a factor because, I like to say that it is what you are learning and what you want to achieve with that thing, that mentorship. So you could have someone that has had the experiences, and maybe he has been in the circle of people for a long time. You have people that, okay, let me venture into other areas of life. Let's say tech, and let's say tech now, for instance. You have someone that learned it maybe from his family members, and he went to good schools, Ivy League schools, and had better opportunities than you. So at the young age he started doing those things. So of course he had built competence from a young age, and he's now in the master. Like for instance, in the United States, that is the couple of young people that were going to investigate about the government spendings, and so some of them were 17, some of them were 18, some of them were 21. They had the experiences. So they had the real life work experience. So it means that they are very good and competent in that area. It means you can also learn. Maybe you're older than them, but you can still learn from them in that regard. Like I said, I like to say that you should divorce the thing you want to learn from someone from his personal life. So that thing you're going to learn it is regardless of age at the end of the day. So it is that thing you're going to learn. Forget about the age and stick to what you want to learn.
Yeah, I mean, it has never been a problem for me to learn from my younger ones when I see them doing something, because I feel, they are doing something that I don't do or I've never done before. But have you ever seen or met someone that inspired you without meeting the person ever?
Yeah, definitely. Through the medium, as you rightfully said, YouTube has been my companion so far, and there are a lot of people that I've come across that have inspired me. People like Vusi.
Like who exactly? I was just asking.
Yeah, people like Vusi Tembakwayo. Yes, who is a mentorship and a leadership coach. Yeah, so seeing him, watching his videos, his exposés, his forums, his seminars, I tend to feel drawn by whatever he's doing, and in that way I build myself towards becoming something like that or more. Yeah.
But do you think mentors can actually help in reducing unemployment amongst youth?
Mentors.
They could maybe put you through starting a business or something, becoming self-employed or something.
Yeah, sure. The government likes to say that we should seek the entrepreneur route, because at the end of the day they can't provide the jobs for everyone. So what it means is that you have to learn to build the business. You have to learn to be entrepreneurial. So, and what entrepreneur means is that somebody built a business from scratch. So there are people that built the same thing, that maybe the same but similar things that you want to build to. So what it means is that you should go and meet them and see or learn from them from a distance. Some of them have books. They've chronicled their journey towards that point in their lives, and they have recorded it in books and memoirs. So read from them, consume their materials, try to be in their vicinity and learn from them. So of course the end result is that it will reduce unemployment by ensuring that we as youth try to become entrepreneurs and seek for other ways to set up businesses.
Yeah. In what ways, this question is just for the two of you in 30 seconds each.
Okay.
In what ways do you think mentorship can help people stay away from negative influence?
Okay. leadership by example. Once you see people that are doing well, there's always a factor that makes them do well, and some of those factors have to do with morality. Yeah, because if your life is not right, and you aspire to be someone great, and you look up to a mentor, the mentor can help shape the outcome of your life. So through that means you'll be able to drop some vices that aren't of any good to you, and then look up to the person that will help you grow to become a better person.
Yeah. How about you, Josiah?
Yeah, sure. You have to submit yourself to the best people in society. But yeah, sure. You have to really give yourself to the right people. So, like I said in the beginning, submit yourself to those that are better than you and are doing the things that you want to learn better. So, what it means is that if you give yourself up to those kind of people, your life begins to transform towards the angle. So you later on, of course, you drop vices, but still, yet it's a personal choice. It's a personal choice. You need to decide.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Hyelayuda, for joining me on this program, and Josiah, thank you so much for taking out your time. Well, this is where we've come to the end of today's episode. Do join us again next week for another interesting episode on Youth Connect. When choosing a mentor, make sure you choose the right one that tallies with your ambition and your goals. Well, like Josiah said, even stones can teach you gravity. I am Fatima Ahmed. Bye for now.